Good morning everyone. Welcome to your English class. Dear students, today we are going to do question and answers of lesson number 4, Trumpet of the Swan. Exercise A. Choose the correct answers to complete these sentences. First sentence, the cop was furious because he. Option A is correct. He did not want to be watched by a human deep inside a jungle. Sentence number 2. The swan asked the cob not to fight with the boy because B option is correct. The boy was sitting quietly and had not attacked them. Sentence number 3. The boy was sitting quietly on the log because he, option B is correct, was filled with wonder at the sight of these rare birds and did not want to disturb or frighten them. Sentence number 4. The swan did not want to leave her nest because she, option B is correct, wanted to care for and pay all her attention to the eggs, to hatch little cygnets out of them. Sentence number 5. The cob swam over the place where Sam was sitting in order to, option A is correct, show that he was grateful for Sam's help. Now we will do exercise B. Look at these lines from the text and answer the questions. Line number 1. What she finally saw surprised her. Question A. What did she see? Why was she surprised? Answer. First, A. The swan saw a small boy sitting on a log near her nest. The boy was observing them quietly. She was surprised because she could not understand how the boy had reached the place so deep inside the jungle where there were no roads. Question B. What did she do immediately after this? Answer. First B. The swan pointed out to the cob that the boy was observing them. Line number 2. The swan decided she could safely leave the eggs for a few minutes. Question A. Why did the swan think so? Was she right? Answer. 2A. The swan had been sitting on her eggs for many weeks, warming them. One warm afternoon, she felt thirsty. As the cob was gliding near the nest and keeping a watch on the nest, the swan felt it would be safe to leave the eggs for a while. No, the swan was wrong. Question 2B. What did she do immediately after this? Answer 2B. The swan covered the eggs with some loose feathers to keep the eggs warm and hidden. Then she left the nest and stepped into the pond. She quickly drank some water. She also pulled up some greens from the bottom of the pond to eat. Finally, she got out and stepped on the grassy bank. She started cleaning her feathers there. Sentence number 3. You are in grave danger. Question A. Who said this to whom? What was the danger? Answer. Third A. The cob said this to the swan. The fox was creeping towards the swan as she stood on the grassy bank preening her feathers. Question 3B. How did the speaker act? What did we get to know about the speaker from this? Answer 3B. The cob warned the swan about the fox. He, however, did not do anything to try and save the swan. The cob actually was a timid bird. Sentence number 4. The swans now realized that the boy was their friend. What had they thought of the boy previously? Answer 4A. The swan was very surprised to see the boy inside the forest and disturbed to notice him observing them. The cob had thought that the boy may try to harm them. Question 4B. What made them change their opinion? Answer 4B. When the fox started creeping towards the swan, the cob watched helplessly. All of a sudden, a stick flew through the air, hitting the fox on the nose, forcing him to turn away. When Sam stepped out of the bushes, the birds realized that he had thrown the stick to save the swan. He was their friend and was not going to harm them. Exercise C. Discuss the answers to these questions in class and write them down in your notebook. First question. Boys can't fly and there are no roads in the jungle, he shouted. Who said this to whom? Why do you think he said this? Answer 1. The cob said this to the swan. The swan was laying eggs and the cob wanted to keep her safe and secure. When he saw the little boy sitting on the log, observing them, the cob felt disturbed because he felt that the boy might try to hurt them. He also could not understand how the boy had managed to find them in spite of the precaution they took by building the nest deep inside a jungle with no roads. Question number 2. Why do you think the swan waited till the boy left to get up from her nest? Answer number 2. The swan wanted to protect her eggs from the boy. So she waited for the boy to leave before leaving her nest. Question number 3. Sam never moved a muscle. What does this tell you about Sam? Use other examples from the text to support your answer. Answer number 3. This tells us that Sam respected the trumpeter swans and did not want to do anything that would scare or harm them. He also cared deeply about the birds and wanted to protect them. So, when he first discovered their nest, he sat and watched them from a distance. After watching them carefully for some time, he got up and quietly left. Later, when a fox crouched in the bushes, waiting to spring on the swan, he threw a carefully aimed stick at the fox to scare him away and to save the swan. Dear students, that's all for today. I hope this video will help you in completing your work. Stop the video wherever required and complete your work in your fair notebooks. Thank you and have a good day.